I'm going to say look at your tight end if you get a chance to. Pressure, obviously, Vinemont will put pressure up here, up front.
Still got to keep in mind with those safeties and cornerbacks in the back for Vinemont.
Quarterback keeper for Day. Day gets open. Day to the 40, and Day will convert.
Great run right there. Try to go a little quarterback power on the left side, and he just found a hole, and he was able to go through for an excellent gain to get the first down.
The quarterback keeper leads to our first of the night. Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. First down for your Cold Springs Eagles.
And with any great run comes with great blocking, and that's what we saw on that play.
As the quarterback took it about 12 yards on the carry. Found what daylight he needed to keep his drive alive. First and 10 into the arms of Alexander this time. And Alexander will go up the right side. They're going to say he did not get any yardage out of that. So no loss and no gain. Cooper Johnson out. And Case and Alexander back in as well. On 2nd and 10 here, what does Cold Springs draw up? 8 minutes, 40 seconds, first quarter scoreless here in Bremen. Here we go up the left side, Alexander again, and that time he may have lost, may have got squeaked by one. Let's see where they spotted. They give him one. So Vinemont's defense holding.
Yes, not much at all when it comes to the rushing attack for Cold Springs.
Oh, that's something Vinemont knows best. So
yes.
Looking to see if we mix it up with the forward pass here soon. And they'll sub out again Johnson for Alexander. So Johnson back in the game. As Eli Vos will go to the far sideline. Doesn't have a man picked up on him yet. They're using what they can. Quarterback keeps it. Ethan Day tackled hard and really didn't get him down to the turf to the last second. He actually got pushed out of bounds, but
up to about the 45-yard line.
Good run for about 4 or 5 yards, but it'll be fourth down. It'll be fourth down for these Cold Spring Eagles.
I was trying to catch who got the tackle there for Vinemont, but I believe that was Travis Spear. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Now, he does double as the punter, though, so they could set back and punt it, and they do. And it'll bounce to about the 25.
Good
and now
punt.
It's going to take a Cold Springs roll to the 11. And it'll be tagged down by Eli Vos. Vinemont takes over. First and 10 from the 11. They'll move right to left as you listen here to Cullman County's Game of the Week. We're still scoreless. Does it change here? I don't know, but both teams have held each other down. Cold Springs able to find some green grass ahead, but story for Vinemont was not looking good, but Chapter 2 always could be better.
Absolutely. Time for a new chapter, a new drive for Vinemont, but pinned inside their own 11-yard line, so it's not going to be easy.
Here's Rhodes. This time going to roll out to pass. Rhodes pump fakes and sacked. Big loss as Eli Moore there to blow him up.
I'll say incomplete pass on that one.
They're calling that a pass.
Yes. For a second, it looked like
I don't think he tucked it. I don't think he tucked it at all. I think he pumped it.
That looked like a fumble initially to me. So
it looked like he was going to pump fake the pass and then just happened to get sacked at the same time. They're going to say incomplete.
All right.
I'll go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Reason why they're down there and not us.
Yes. Well. To me, I'll just say it like I called it. I mean, it looked like he pump faked the pass and should have took the sack. They're going to say 2nd and 10. Pump faked it again in the backfield and little trickeration. We didn't know where the ball went. Cold Springs kind of knew where it was going as it stays at the 10. And tackled is number 12, Gabriel Herrera.
Yeah, Vinemont tried to do almost like a little sneakery kind of play, but it just ended up as a 1 yard at best run on the left side of the field.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what we were looking at. It's going to be 3rd and 11. They're going to send Herrera to the far sideline, so I'm going to say you got to look up that way if you're Rhodes. We're going to have to pass the ball here if you're Vinemont.
Yes.
Rhodes he says, never mind, I'm going to keep it. He should have the first down. Where they mark him is going to be the decision because his knees hit early. They're going to say it's a first down.
Yeah, they'll get Vinemont's spot right here.
This will be Vinemont's first Adamaker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet first down of the night. And, I was wondering where the spot was going to be. Rhodes' knees kind of came down early. Looked like wheels touching the tarmac when a plane touches down for a second. Lunge forward, but they'll say 1st and 10. We'll take it. Here's Slane up the right side. Slane pushing, trying to get forward. Can't go anywhere with it. That's not going to be the ticket tonight, I don't think, if you're Vinemont. Cold Springs always has an answer. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back in just a moment here.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Welcome back to Cold Springs. Scoreless here in Cullman County's Game of the Week. Eagles versus Eagles, blue versus red, and no one's put a score on the board yet. Dylan Diemert, Jack Haynes with you here on Coleman's Live 95.5. And I said in the pregame show, Jack, we'd have a good one. And, if you're looking at defensive games, one of the best so far. And we're still here.
5-star game so far for you, for the defense fans out there. Absolutely. And tell you what, we were talking about over the break, same thing. Just these punishing defensive fronts for both Cold Springs and Vinemont. We'll see if the tide is being turned just yet.
2nd and 10 here. And we've got some offsides action, a flag coming out as we here are at the 5-minute, 39-second mark in the first quarter. Offside called against the offense. So we'll have an offside penalty called against Vinemont. It'll back them up about 5. Should set up a 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15 to go for the Vinemont Eagles.
And inside the 20, so can't have penalties if you're the offense or anywhere, rather.
The lone man in the backfield is Caleb Slane for Vinemont. Rhodes will hand off and will go up right side of the middle there, and not a lot to work with Caleb Slane. Third down coming up.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if we see Rhodes do a similar kind of play that we saw earlier, whether it's the deep pass or just take off and run with it and hope to get a good chunky yardage. But that might be the play call right here, but we'll see.
Brendan Johnson's going to check in. Checking out is Lucas Ming, so we may have something different looking at too. Also, Herrera coming in as well. Slane will come to the near sideline. Herrera to the far. Rhodes wants to throw. Rhodes tripped up himself, and that's going to be a loss and a 4th down coming up for Vinemont. And you're really going to watch your footing if you're the quarterback.
Yeah, that might have been a combination of the field, and I might have even seen him trip over maybe an offensive lineman.
It may have been a little bit of a pushback there that got him where he was at.
Not always so easy to step up in that pocket.
So 4th down coming up. Vinemont's going to punt this one away again. Here is Ethan Yon. Hopefully he gets a good snap. He does. It goes behind him. He's got to save it. Ethan Yon has got to scoop it. Vinemont's got to save it from being a safety. The ball's up in the air. Cold Springs may have recovered it. No, it goes out of the end zone. It's a safety. Oh, my. Cold Springs. 2 points for the Eagles of the home side.
We keep talking about Vinemont inside their own 20, inside their own 11. And right there, that's what happens when, you're afraid of what's going to happen at least.
Like, was that thing covered with butter, Jack? I don't know. That thing was all over the place. We thought for a second Vinemont was going to save it on the 1 and just have to worry about having to deal with that situation. No, we're going to have to deal with kicking it away here for Vinemont, a free kick.
Vinemont is really lucky just to get a safety as a result of that, rather than a touchdown for Cold Springs. So that's the silver lining right now for Vinemont, but momentum has completely swung over to the side of the field with Cold Springs Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know if they covered that thing up with butter or something, but that ball was just not going to be content with being in a Vinemont Eagles arms and tagged down to the turf. So a free kick coming up for Vinemont to Cold Springs. They'll send back Alexander and Day.
Now for Vinemont, you got to just try to calm everyone down, oddly enough, it's a 2-point game, and you got to be able to tell your defense, hold them again. You've already hold them multiple times, hold them again, get back to our offense, and we'll try it again. For Cold Springs, you got to keep going with this momentum to try to put it in the end zone, or at least some kind of field goal or something like that.
A free kick coming up. Ethan Yon to kick this one at the 20. He'll kick right to left as you listen to it here. Cold Springs leads 2-0 here after the safety. Had they controlled the ball, of course, that would have been a Cold Springs touchdown. But best case situation for Vinemont, as I believe that's Alexander with it, and he will be tackled primarily by number 11 for Vinemont, being Brennan Marlowe. But, of course, he had footsteps all over the place and arms all over, chasing after him. Yeah, best case situation, like you said, Jack. If you're Vinemont, you'll take the 2 versus giving Cold Springs the 6, possibly 7.
Yes.
Possibly 8, depending on what they do, Haven't seen a team get that close to the end zone yet tonight. And
no.
There's a strong possibility this could be the only 2 points scored.
Right. Someone will look up on their phone or something like that, and they'll be like, well, I thought we were playing football, and it'll look like a baseball score or something like that. But either way, we're going to be here. So it'll be a defensive treat if that is the case.
1st and 10 at the 29 again, inside Cold Springs territory. Left to right as you go this time. It's Ethan Day, quarterback keeper. Day wrapped up. And it looks like he got about 1 out of it, though, but wrapped up in the backfield and dragged down. He couldn't get away from that one.
Tell you what, always the first play when something goes, wrong on your side of the field. It's always, the first play to me that you got to be able to calm everybody down. You got to get, a positive play in your direction. That's what Vinemont did on that one right there.
And credit the drag down by Brennan Marlowe for Vinemont. It's 2nd and 9. 3 minutes and 5 seconds here inside Cranford Strickland Stadium. Vinemont's defense rushing to get set. Snap comes. Pump fakes, throws downfield, intended for Vos, overthrown, and incomplete. No flags coming out. As I know the Cold Springs crowd wanted it.
Yeah, he quarterback looking for a flag, but
there is a flag down.
Okay.
But this may be against the offense.
Yeah, quarterback pump faked it and then decided to sling it, and
there is a flag down. It's not the one the quarterback was looking for, but there is a flag down, and it'll be against Cold Springs. That'll back them up 5.
Flags have been an issue for both squads so far in this game. Understandably so for Cold Springs, with it being their first game, but
yeah, got to get the jitters out.
Yeah. Got to be able to control what you can control.
2nd and 15 rather. As it's becoming a cool night here in Bremen.
I'll tell you what, compared to some of the weather we've been having here in the Deep South, this is almost Christmas in, August right now.
Yeah, I'll take it, yeah. Not to mention we are in an air-conditioned box tonight.
Yes, that always helps.
Partly sunny outside, comfortable start as temperatures begin to fall. It's a warm and humid start, obviously, today, but obviously going to fade down into the 70s. We're going to keep an eye on the skies later, though we may have a chance for a thunderstorm or 2, but let's hope not, because there's a lot of fans here that probably don't want to be treated to a lightning show. but we will watch out.
Yeah.
Comfortable football night as we move through the whistles tonight. So glad you're with us here on Cullman's Live 95.5. We do have our first Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard check coming. Why we haven't talked about a football play yet on the field, though, is because we are still talking some things over here. The officials talking with Cold Springs.
Seeing what they're want to do here.
Well, while we pause for this, it is time to check our Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard. Fairview leading Hayden 13-0. That update just came through. Good Hope leads Brewer 7-0. Cullman and Hartsville tied at 7 apiece, and no score from West Point and Claiborne County. Also scoreless in the Tanner versus Hansville game. That's all we got this week. Holly Pond's off, and Vinemont and Cold Springs right here, 2-0 Cold Springs. Blue Eagles on offense once we get started back with this, as the deliberations are over and the official waiting to get set.
Let's see what the final verdict is here on what that was.
It's still 2nd and 15.
Yeah.
Day will hand off to Alexander. Alexander trying to push up the left side, and Alexander maybe got a yard or two inked out.
Finish it up with 5. Takes it Alexander.
Tell you what, those Vinemont defensive line and the linebackers have done a great job containing it. Cold Springs might do a quick play to left side or the right side, but right when they get past the line, Vinemont able to take them down quickly for only a 1 or 2 yard gain on each time of these things.
3rd and 8 coming up for Cold Springs here with just about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. They lead 2-0 after the safety. Need to convert to keep things going. Hallman in motion on the left side. Day alone. Day passes tipped, but he still gets it down to Alexander. Alexander gets chopped absolutely hit there by Brennan Marlowe. And that's still going to be a 4th down as he's only able to get about a 5-yard catch downfield.
Good catch, though. Had to look back and reach up and get it. So 5 yards is 5 yards, and it brings in a manageable play on, I believe, a 3rd down.
Be a 4th and 3 coming up here, and the decision to punt will come at the latest second, of course. Quarterback playing both ways. He could throw it. He could punt it. He's looking like he's going to throw it this time.
Trying to get Vinemont to jump.
Trying to get that free yardage. Vinemont's not biting. Timeout going to be called by Cold Springs. We will take 1-2. Your score 2-0 here. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Powering the good life. That's what we've been doing at Cullman Electric Cooperative for the past 90 years. Today, we provide reliable, affordable electricity to almost 50,000 member accounts, while our Sprout Fiber Internet service delivers blazing fast Wi-Fi that keeps you connected at home, school, and work. We're proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band.
We go back home to Vinemont, back at the Pinnacle for the other intra-county matchup of their first game of the region, too. Hansville and Vinemont next week on All Channel 4. Game of the week, though, Fairview and Scottsboro. They decide to punt it after taking a time to talk it over, and it'll bounce just at about the 32 and tag down officially here at the 30 by Chastain for Cold Springs. I'm excited for next week, Jack.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great matchup, and I'm excited for it. 2 great teams coming in.
Well, I'll be partial.
I'm trying to be nice.
I'll be partial tonight. Okay.
I'm trying to be nice.
I'll be partial tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A team will be there next week.
Absolutely.
Hey,
now, it will depend, any team.
I don't want to make
of what the record is. It depends on what they do that night, so.
I don't want to make no Bulldog fans mad yet, but.
Absolutely. I'm trying to help the Bulldog fans right now, trying to keep them happy.
Hey, Bulldog Nation, I'm sorry. All right. I'll refrain from 1st and 10. We'll have a game next week.
The worst thing you can do, Dylan, is make a pack of Bulldogs mad. Okay, you never want to do that.
No.
So.
1st and 10 at the 30 here. That's going to be a Josh Rhodes handoff to Slane. And, we're going up the same roads, and the roads seem to be closed. As Slane couldn't find anywhere to go up the middle.
Completely denial on that run. Going to lose a few yards on that one.
Yeah, the rushing stats tonight are not going to look pretty good for Vinemont if we had to pull them early. I'll tell you that much.
It's not going to be what we saw last week.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, the rushing yards on both sides are not going to look pretty good.
Yeah, offense as a whole.
We've been really having this one in the trenches tonight. Second and, we got a flag down, but 2nd and 10 coming at the 30, but Cold Springs jumped off sides.
Tell you what, if you can't get it on a regular run or pass, you'll take some yards, the penalty route. Always take that.
So 2nd and 5 coming up for Vinemont. They're going to get some free yardage. And we'll take it from the 35 this time and hope to convert here on 2nd and 5. It's Slane again. This time the wall's starting to crumble a little bit, but he's looking to eke out a yard on the middle.
Fine a little bit, but not much.
I'm sure he's just trying to wear down the line there.
Yeah, at some point, especially if it continues like this, tell you what, 3rd, 4th quarter.
I'm going to say you need to look at the screen pass a little bit, as we will expire time here in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, your score is 2-0. We'll be back with more football here on the Cullman County Sports Network right here on Cullman's Live 95.5.
Cleaning and More Cullman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. Cleaning and More Cullman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Cullman. County Road 437 under the big white sign with the U-Hauls.
Founded in 1887, Cullman Savings Bank serves the people of Cullman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their legacy checking account, available to those 50-plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 locations and ask them about the legacy checking account, or visit www.cullmansavingsbank.com for more information. Cullman Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Cold Springs. 2-0 Vinemont trails Cold Springs here. The offense favors the Red Eagles as they get back to things here. They're hoping to have a positive play here as we get a lot of tackles, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of physicality on the field as we get back to it here to begin the second quarter.
It is football season, and I love it. And I know our listeners do too.
As the fan favorite, Hallman with the tackle there for Cold Springs. That's why you heard a lot of excitement at the end, a lot of tussling at the end. But a 4th down and 1 yard, and Coach Robinson is known to gamble in these situations. He's not afraid, so he's going to look to go for it here on 4th and 1.
It is inside the 40.
Again, the second quarter with a bang, and we may have had a tush-push attempt, and Cold Springs denies it. Shuford comes up for Cold Springs and gives them the not today.
Not today. Put the fist up. 4th down, stop on that one, and Cold Springs gets the best field position they've had all night.
I hope you're dug in on this one. It's a 2-point game. Still anybody's ball game, but my, oh my, these defenses are stingy tonight.
Absolutely.
We come back to it 1st and 10. Cold Springs inside enemy territory for the first time. We'll move right to left as we've changed for the quarter here. 11 minutes and 16 seconds until we get to the Odin's Auto Glass halftime show tonight here inside Cranford Strickland Stadium. And whistle dead, free play as things won't happen, but they threw the ball to Eli Vos there. He caught it, so not going to go anywhere with it. Flag's coming back, obviously. But but for a second you got a glimpse of that arm for Day there. Ethan Day got the
pass.
Yeah. Baseball pass, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of underarmed it there, but it's going to be against Vinemont, so 5 yards gained for Cold Springs. So 1st and 5 coming up.
Yeah, the quarterback has the arm, and we saw it there, even just in a little small example right there. But Vinemont better be ready for both run and pass.
1st and 5. Here is the handoff, this time to Cooper Johnson, and Johnson will go up off the right tackle there. And he gets a good chunk of yardage out of the play. Not enough for the first down yet, but about a yard they say he got. So 2nd and 4 coming up. Johnson's out, and now Case and Alexander back in. They run the substitution a lot, of course. Cold Springs kind of having the same problem Vinemont's having. A lot more upperclassmen on the team, which isn't a problem per se, but becomes a problem over time. Here we have a break open run. It's Alexander, and finally tackled down by 2 Eagles.
Good containment again. That was looked like maybe a big play, but Vinemont shut it down real quick.
Deacon Foal and Marat's on the tackle there for Vinemont. And they'll hold them short of the line to gain. It's 3rd down. Need about 2 or 3.
Cold Springs with these substitutions, always good to have a fresh back, especially on these continuous rushing plays and when it's 3rd or 4th down and short.
They'll keep Cooper Johnson to the right. Quarterback keeper for Ethan Day. He should have it after the extra extension there, as he decided to call his own number and keep it middle, and he does have it for the first down. That one brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
Great run on that one. Only needed a couple, but he decided to carry it for a little bit more, and that's exactly what they like to see.
Sets up 1st and 10 at about the 24. 9 minutes and 30 seconds and rolling. Cold Springs leading 2-0 here. A chance to make that a 8 or 9 point lead. Here's Day. Steps up, throws downfield. It is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Cold Springs. That's number 1, Eli Vos.
Great catch.
And you know, Ethan Day was trying to get him in the mix and finally found a way to get him there.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter how you do it. Cold Springs will absolutely take a touchdown pass. Especially, and we talked about the arm strength, and we saw it on that one. Great throw, great catch. You got to have everything for it to be a good play and a touchdown, and that's what we just saw right there.
Here comes the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. Your extra point attempt brought to you by Sandberg Kinsley Attorneys. Caught myself on that one. Your score now, 9-0, as Cold Springs takes a 9-0 lead over Vinemont.
Got to get the offense started for Vinemont. This is one of those games already shaping out to be, if you don't get something, now or at least soon, this could, get to be avalanche real quick.
Yeah, and you don't want that because Vinemont still can get out of this one. We still have plenty of time left on the board. All right, quick update from across the world. We'll start in Somerville as Good Hope leads Brewer 20-7. In Cullman, the Bearcats holding the Tigers to a 7-7 draw. In center, out in Claiborne County, West Point is trailing 14-0. In Fairview, the Aggies up 13-0 over the Hayden Wildcats. And finally, Hanceville trailing 22-0 to the Tanner Rattlers. That's all we got here. Vinemont trailing 9-0 here in Bremen.
Obviously keeping an eye on that Hanceville one the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, if you're Vinemont, you don't get out alive. Obviously, you're looking at next week and say, well, we can get that one as they'll recover it outside the 30. And, we may have something. It's Josh Rhodes. Has to beat one man. Has to beat 2, has to beat 3.
Oh, yeah.
Has to beat 4, and finally tackled at about the 25-yard line is Josh Rhodes with a big return as he just tightrope down the sideline there on the near sideline. And it literally just like he beat one man, they beat another man, and there was another one finally just kind of got the shoved downfield and finally tripped up.
For a second, it looked like if he was able to slip that last one, he would have a convoy going to the left side, and it was nothing but open grass all the way.
He was looking for that guy to get in the lane right there, and he didn't get it in time. But
no, one
my. Just one man kept him away from pay dirt there, but nonetheless, we'll take it.
Great field position. Yeah. Great way to respond. Exactly what we were talking about.
Josh Rhodes dueling as the quarterback, running back, whatever you need. He's going to try to pass this time. Rhodes downfield has a man. It's overthrown. It's Preston Hanners. Incomplete. I like when he goes for it like that. We don't see a lot of that from Coach Robinson's offense.
Hey, you got fireworks. You try to use them, and that's what they tried to do on that one. Didn't work out, but second down.
I want to see more of that 2nd and 10 coming up. I want to see more of that because if they just dial it up right, we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try this again from the 26-yard line officially. It's 2nd and 10. Vinemont going left to right. They trail 9-0. This time we'll go up the right side, and they'll find some room with Caleb Slane, and Slane will have to go over a body and finally get brought down. Zach will credit that one a lot to Eli Vos and Blake Phillips for Cold Springs.
Yeah, try to go back on that rushing attack right there, and didn't get very much.
I like that they're starting to exploit the near side, though.
Yeah.
I like that because that was we were going up the middle every time, didn't get anywhere, hit a wall. I was kind of saying, maybe we can try a screen pass out.
Yeah, the screen pass will actually work very well right here in these situations, especially after so many runs. And
we got Herrera. They're going to stack the box here. Herrera will go in motion. We got a flag down, and which way this goes, false start called against the offense. That's probably the last thing you want to do for Vinemont.
Yeah, I can't have that when you're trying to put momentum back on your side, and tough penalty right there for the Vinemont Eagles. It'll now be 3rd and long. 3rd and 10 plus is not the territory.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be
at, because it really limits your options.
I gotta say, you gotta look at the pass again. You gotta look in the air. 15 seconds on the play clock and rolling here. Slow to get back to the line. They're going to decide some things as Herrera came back from the sideline late, getting some directive from Coach Robinson. 3rd and long. Rhodes steps back. Rhodes under pressure. Rhodes has to just throw it away. He doesn't get it complete to Herrera. Flag coming down late, though.
This might be interesting.
As he intended the pass for Herrera near the 20. As we will have this official decision here as flag is down. Indications, I'd have to say, goes against Cold Springs.
No. Vinemont definitely looking for something. Especially on that pass near the sideline. That incompletion.
Well, I think we have called it against Vinemont, but I believe they said illegal man downfield, and it was declined by Cold Springs. This will be a loss of down, so 4th down coming up. And 12 to go here, and it's looking like we're going to stay with it. Rhodes, lone man back there. Rhodes chucks it down. Slane has it. He's not going to convert, but hey, they still made something out of nothing.
Brings a more manageable 4th down if they decide to go that route, and right now it'll be, we'll see.
This is a turnover on downs. Cold Springs will take it over, so I mean, the field position's a little better than where it could have been, but I gotta say, you probably gotta try the punt there.
Yeah.
I know you want to put some momentum, put some juice on your offense and get them going, but appreciate the try, but I think you gotta really punt that one away.
Yeah, on those couple passes that they did on the last couple of plays, they looked close to the sideline and just wasn't able to come up with anything.
And I know that Vinemont special teams could have pinned it where they needed to.
Yeah.
Ethan Day keeps it himself, and ball shot out. Vinemont may have a chance at it. I don't know who's got it. It could be anybody's, it's Cold Springs.
Just popped out. Player for Vinemont was able to punch it out from Cold Springs quarterback, and it's flying through the air for a few seconds there.
I'm telling you, I think it's covered with butter tonight. It's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up here as the quarterback had a good rush, popped out. Vinemont knocked it loose, couldn't just corral it in, and
it looked like a promising run too. Before the ball came out, it looked like a promising run, but
would have been some big momentum for the Red Eagles tonight here. As we'll get a throw downfield, it's Vos, and Vos hit hard and finally wrapped up at the end there by Spear. First down nonetheless for Cold Springs. That one brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitchman Chevrolet, as the pass will be caught down at about the 36. Oh, I love the pressure. Obviously the hard tackle there, but obviously a quick sling to Vos is going to be the killer of all killers on this Vinemont team.
Yes, both teams, especially Cold Springs so far in this game, has absolutely brought pressure and has not made it easy for these quarterbacks when they step back and throw deep or throw it towards the sideline.
This time it will be a handoff, and it's going to be rocked in the backfield as Case and Alexander is a nowhere man going nowhere, man.
Vinemont read that like a book, and they absolutely ready for that run on the right side.
That was Deacon Full on the tackle there. Timeout is called. We got another check of our scoreboard, of course, across Cullman County. An updated score from our Fairview Aggie Radio Network tells us that Fairview is crushing 16-0 over Hayden. Our Good Hope Raiders Sports Network, brought to you by Cleaning More of Cullman, tells you it's 27 Patriots trail the Raiders. In Cullman. Now hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen, but Trent Walker has got his team leading the Hartsville Tigers by one score. That's 14-7 at Oliver Woodard Stadium.
I saw that one. I was like, been keeping an eye on that one, especially last week. Cullman losing last week by 7, and it was just kind of a second half fall apart, and not what you want to see. So to see them up 7 against one of the best, programs in the state.
Well, we told you the good news. Let's tell you the bad news. West Point is trailing 20-0 to Claiborne County. And, of course, Hanceville is trailing 22-0 to the Tanner Rattlers.
I've heard what you said earlier, and we'll see if that fires them up in the second half.
Yeah.
But so far, you're right on that one.
Feel the sting. 2nd and 10. Ball is loose again. Who could have it? This is anybody's. I really think this could be anybody's. It's Cold Springs. The lineman will fall on it. Save the day.
Fumble.
Yeah, the ball is going to be... You got to clean that up. The recovery, Eli Moore for Cold Springs, you really got to clean that up, because I'm telling you right now, if Josh Rhodes was able to get a sniff of that ball, touchdown Eagles.
Yes. And everything has changed after that. And it looked like on that play, it looked like some sort of sweep to the right side again and try to break it out, but ball popped out again.
Coach Vos coming over to talk with Case and Alexander as he checked out. 3rd and long as they'll put another man in motion this time. Day wants to throw. Day downfield and incomplete, in and out of the arms of Eli Vos. Heard those footsteps coming. That was Caleb Spiegel behind him for Vinemont, and this will be a 4th and long.
That's a little in front of him.
Yeah.
I think he was, in position, pretty good in position to catch it, but off his hands, and
just couldn't bring that one home. And obviously a good thrown ball from the quarterback, just couldn't really wrap it up.
Yeah,
I don't think he was expecting as hard as it came, though.
Yeah, I got some spin on it on that one.
Yeah. Good toss by the quarterback, but nonetheless, the receiver not able to convert, and we'll go with a punting situation for Cold Springs. And Coach Vos telling the team, hey, let's just work out these jitters as pressure coming from Vinemont. He's going to fall on it, and this is the best case situation, as we are not going to have to punt this one away. Vinemont will just take over. A loss of down there on the 30 as the pressure got to him. I believe it was Spiegel again on the rush.
Maybe drawn out to be some sort of fake on that one.
That's what I'm liking so far from both teams. We're kind of getting everything clicking again. Yep. Vinemont's clicking. Cold Springs at times clicking too on offense. Everything's starting to click as time wears on. Your score here 9-0. Cold Springs leading Vinemont. We had a safety, then a touchdown. Vinemont has the ball now inside Blue Eagle territory. Herrera in motion. Quarterback keeper. Rhodes at the left side. Rhodes pushing, shoving, doing everything he can to get through, and we'll be down at about 2 yards short of the line to gain here.
Great run. Punishing run.
Muscled his way down to about the 20. Well, 2nd and 2 coming up. This is what I was talking about. Things starting to get a little more methodical for Vinemont. Starting to put things together.
Tell you what, as they go down, maybe they should try that screen pass you've been talking about. Tell you what.
Well, Rhodes will go again, and this time Rhodes finds green grass ahead, gets it down to about the 15. And this will be a first down brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Vinemont will most likely try to make this a 1-point game if they can.
Yep.
I know that they do have a PAT kicker in Johan Patino. They do have Ethan Yon. I think from what I've heard, though, the indication we're probably going to try to go for 2. Early indication says that during our coach's talk. As Caleb Slane will go up the middle, and Slane finding open lanes ahead and pushes for that 10. And Vinemont, like I said, putting things together. The train is rolling. The train is rolling, ladies and gentlemen.
Cold Springs better watch out. It's coming down the tracks right now. Only a handful of runs right there for Vinemont, and they're already near the 10-yard line.
It's 2nd and 10 at the 10. 2nd and 5 at the 10, rather. 2nd and 5 at the 10. We'll say that again. Vinemont has the ball left to right. Herrera in motion. Herrera gets the handoff. Herrera up the left side, spins and tries to dive for that first down. I don't think he's got it.
That's the thing, though. You don't necessarily have to go 4 and out for a touchdown. You do have a first down marker before that pylon.
1 yard. 3rd and 1.
3rd and manageable right here.
Very manageable. Vinemont can get
especially with that rushing attack.
If you get 4 for the the new set of downs, obviously great, but you really could just get a chance to punch it in here. Depends on which way you go. I'd want to run Slane to the right and probably tip it up to him. They're going to run Slane to the left, and Slane's pushing through, so they'll get that first down. That'll set up a 1st and goal. That one brought to you by, of course, Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. 9-0 Cold Springs in this week's Game of the Week.
Tell you what, get inside that 2 1-yard line. Got to bring in the big bodies.
Whistles coming. This will be a timeout called by the Cold Springs Eagles. Well, we'll take one too. We'll be back in just a moment. 9-0 Cold Springs over Vinemont.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips with Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your 5th time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust. Knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Welcome back to Cranford Strickland Stadium here at Cold Springs High School. The Cold Springs Eagles leading 9-0 here as we come back to Friday Night Live here as we're going to have a Cold Springs Eagles checkout late flag coming out. So this will be a free play for Vinemont here as we come back to it here in the late 2nd quarter. And Coach Bo's not happy, obviously.
He's not happy.
Lineman coming out late being number 73. That is Eli Moore. Not happy with Moore on that one, but
no,
Vinemont will get something big off this one.
No, his play right there was a good 10 feet still on the field, so can't have that if you're Cold Springs, especially down here near the goal line. But everything what you want if you're Vinemont.
Yes.
And it'll just be up to these Eagles in Vinemont to be able to punch it in and capitalize on the opportunity and great drive.
2 minutes, 18 seconds here left in the half.
Looks like they are taking their time.
Herrera's going to check out, and I believe they brought Deacon Cole back into the mix for Vinemont.
Got some big boys up at the line for Vinemont, so.
It's 1st and goal still. They'll go and try to push forward, and Hallman was able to snip that one out. And he's going crazy out there. He should be.
Great play.
Because he was able to snip it out. And
tell you what, I was about to say, maybe go, for Vinemont, about to suggest maybe go for a little quarterback run, and that's what they did.
Yeah, they snipped out the quarterback
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
That is not the way to go.
Snipped out Rhodes there, and there'll be a loss of 2. So 3rd and goal coming up here. They're going to go with trips to the near side. Here's Rhodes. Rhodes passing downfield. It's incomplete. Intended for number 5. Marat's there, and he was able to lock it down. Had to make a jump play on it. You got to go for it, Coach. You got to go for it.
On that pass, just a little bit high, but he was open. It was a window, but it was open. But instead of throwing it in front of him and the wide receiver, he just threw it above him. So
the directive from Coach Robinson being made to his quarterback, Josh Rhodes. Adrenaline in his soul.
Still probably shooken up a little bit from that UB run we saw a couple plays ago.
Slane to the left side. Quarterback keeper. He is going. Gets about a yard or 2. 4th down coming up. Gotta go for it again.
Big play call right here. Less than a minute, so this is going to be
4th and goal here at the 2.
More than likely last offensive possession here for Vinemont unless something crazy happens.
46 seconds, Slane to the left. Rhodes will have to finish the story here and finish the drive with a touchdown if he can.
They may let this one go down.
They will let time click down. They don't get the ball back. And timeout called by the Vinemont Eagles, and kind of putting things where they need them.
Yeah, 28 seconds, so obviously plenty of time to draw up whatever play you want. So clock is not an issue right now. Just got to be able to punch it in, and that's what they're going to try to do here.
I'll give you a quick Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard check. 28-0 as Claiborne County, the Tigers, leading the West Point Warriors. In our Good Hope Raiders Sports Network, powered by Cleaning and More of Cullman's game of the week there at Brewer. It's 34-7. The Raiders over the Patriots. The Rattlers of Tanner still leading Hanceville 22-0. Fairview still leading Hayden 16-0. And Cullman still leading Hartselle 14-7. Big one in Cullman. I said we'd have it good here. That one. I said we'd have it good here, but Coach Walker putting up some something good up there at Oliver Woodard Stadium. Shout out to Coach Trent Walker and his staff there at the Cullman High School Bearcat program.
Yeah, never easy. Able to come back, especially with everything against you, the opponent, how the game last week ended, but so far what they want thus far. We'll see.
Stack everybody up here. It's Rhodes, Slane in motion. Rhodes keeps it. Rhodes trying to fight forward. Can he get there? He does not. He does not get there. Cold Spring stands at the goal line.
Fourth down stop for the Cold Spring Eagles on that one, and what an impressive defensive play for the Eagles in blue. And they take over, and funny enough, now you just got to be able, 16 seconds left, you got to be able to get out of your own end zone and not do a safety on the other end.
A goal line stand at the 1, and Cold Springs denies Vinemont from scoring there if you just stepped away for a second. 16 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Halftime coming up here. Odin's Auto Glass halftime show. With over 40 years in Cullman County and serving North Alabama, Owens Auto Glass loves supporting the Cullman community. They've even upped their game with all the new vehicles, all the new sensors, everything, crazy on a new vehicle. Owens Auto Glass says, hey, we got your back. You can visit them at their location on Highway 31 North in Cullman as you're heading up towards Vinemont, or you can call them, 256-734-2800. That's 256-734-2800. I trust Owens Auto Glass to take care of my windshield and any glass needs, so why not give them a chance if you are in the need for any kind of auto glass service? They didn't put the windows up here at Cold Springs. That was the county, of course, but hey, they've got some good windows here.
Absolutely.
And Cold Springs really is going to have to.
They got to get out there on end zone. Got to make sure it's not can't knee it, can't get a negative play or else.
Well, 2 points for Vinemont.
Yeah.
They're going to have to stretch things out here.
They'll probably try a little
and let's see, we're going to have Bose check out. He gets outside in time. They're going to push forward. That should be the end of the quarter.
I think Vinemont just called timeout. So they'll try to do what they didn't do on right there was try to create a negative or a turnover right there. So only a few ticks left on the clock, but
they burned 10 seconds.
Yeah, only 6 seconds remaining, so.
Cold Springs will receive the ball when we come back to action here inside Cranford-Strickland Stadium.
Yeah, that's how huge that stop was for Cold Springs, knowing that they not only stop them right there, and shut down Vinemont on that drive, but also they'll get like you said, the ball to start the second half, and this opens the box for all sorts of scoring opportunities early. So obviously a big play right there for Cold Springs, but Vinemont will try to have one of their own before the end of this half.
Second and 9 here, as we will probably just get one more clock killing play, but I'm not going to say they're going to just strike downfield right now. They're probably just going to run it up the gut and just say, hey, let's go to the locker room and talk things over. But it's only a 9-0 game. If you're Vinemont, you can still shovel out of this one as they're just going to push forward. And like you said, you might get a couple yards out, but it looked like one of those rugby plays for a second, Jack. I think we were aiming for that there. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, Cold Springs leading 9-0 inside Cranford-Strickland Stadium as we go to halftime. Tonight's halftime show is brought to you tonight by Owens Auto Glass. Serving in Cullman County for over 40 years, Owens Auto Glass is your place for all your auto glass needs, including all newer model vehicles with all that ADAS certification. They are certified to take care of that and take you that extra mile home. Check out Owens Auto Glass. If you feel like you need an auto glass, you can visit their location on Highway 31 North in Cullman, or call them at 256-734-2800. We are thankful that Owens Auto Glass is our halftime sponsor. And, of course, they are a proud sponsor of Cullman County Athletics. Of course, the Oden family, a generational name at the Vinemont High School campus. Fourth generation auto glass industry in Cullman, actually started in Cullman on Highway 278 way back in the day. Now currently run by the grandsons and granddaughters. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to talk, Jack, we've got Coach Robin Netherton here in the house.
Absolutely.
How y'all fellas doing?
We're good, Coach. How about you?
Oh man, it's a great night to be an Eagle.
Yeah, one of them, I guess, so far. But I think our Eagles are gonna.
Hey, it's a long game.
Bring it back.
Second half's coming, and we got some guys that hadn't even really seen action yet. So, that's the great thing about it. You got to play the whole game. You can't just play a half.
Yes, you can't just give up here. And I know, Coach Robinson's going to give them a good fiery talk in the locker room and get them back going. But we've talked enough about football. Let's talk about Vinemont.
Okay, well, right now, the pride of Vinemont, the marching band, is taking the field. Mr. King is an absolute professional, and he always has our kids prepared, and they sound fantastic.
Let's give them a second to talk about, of course, we talked about the band, and I know they're about to take the field, but let's talk about what's going around the school, too.
Okay.
We've got to give the school some love, too.
Well, I've been in Vinemont just pretty much 21 years, 10 years as principal, and our community, I got to give them praise that our kids are well behaved. They have character and integrity, and they, year in and year out, it's just an absolute pleasure to work in that community. There's so much of the community that orbits around the school, and the school loves to showcase our kids any way we can. Sometimes that's a struggle with the great things that are going on with the classrooms. Recently, Dr. Barnett came by, and as we were walking down the hall, I made sure and took him classroom to classroom just to show him the excellence that our teachers demonstrate every day, and how they really do pour into our kids. I always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
But we absolutely lead the horse to water. We absolutely provide a world-class education for a small school, and our teachers, room to room, are just fantastic.
Well, Coach, we'll invite you to stay with us here in the box. We will throw it to the field real quick and give the band their spotlight. We look forward to talking to you here in just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vinemont Marching Eagle Band. The color guard captain is Lily Hawk, and the coach captain is Michaela Brown. The majorette captain is Katie Holmes. The band captains are Brody Pinkersley.
Once again, another great performance by Vinemont's band there. I'm still joined by Principal Netherton here as we want to give our Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass halftime show sponsor spotlight, obviously, to our Cullman County schools, and always got to check in on the alma mater.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the featured twirler there was Katie Holmes. She did an outstanding job. The whole band, like I said, always sounds so good. Mr. King has a couple of classes, and I know our 6th grade beginner band's hitting record numbers. So hopefully, and you won't see those kids out here, but he's teaching them music, preparing them to be out here.
That's awesome. I love to hear that the music, obviously the band has been I can think of shows from years past, and the band's stuck in my mind.
Oh yeah, he usually travels, to Chicago or New York or somewhere every year to a couple conventions and comes back with some really good ideas, and then crafts, a really good show for us. And as you see now, we have a army of cheerleaders down there about to take the field. It looks like they have come over to fellowship on the Cold Spring sideline, but there's a lot of them too, and they do a great job. And my cheerleading sponsor does a great job with them. They perform well.
Always going to have a soft spot in my heart for the cheerleaders of Vinemont. Remember my sister being one for many, many years.
Awesome.
Basketball player. She did everything.
She did.
You know that.
She did. Participation's one of our key things. We say known, connected, and prepared. That's our goal. And I did the numbers the other day, and of our senior class, there's only 10 kids that don't play a sport or in the band or do something as a team, and those 10 all work or do something else that it takes up their time, but every single senior is involved or working or doing something that is preparing them. And then the other classes averaged there was only about 19% of the whole school that doesn't have an extracurricular activity they participate in, which is which is what our goal is. We want them to all be, to grow more than just their mind and English class, but to grow their character and everything,
Yes, all-arounded individuals getting ready for the real world.
Absolutely.
Love to hear. Coach, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the box anytime. We'll see you next week.
Go Eagles.
Hey, thank you. All right, we'll throw you down to the field now for the Cold Springs Royal Blue Band.
Under the direction of drum major Natalie Chevalier. Tonight we will be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States by telling the history of the country through original American music. We start the show with patriotic music to signify the founding of our country. Then we move into the original American art form, jazz, as we celebrate the greatest generation in the World War era. Then we'll use another great American art form, rock and roll, to bring us more into the modern era. Please sit back and enjoy our 2026 field show, Our History, Your Story. Drum major Natalie Chevalier Figueroa, is your band ready? Royal Blue Band, you may take the field for performance.
Ours began with an idea that freedom belonged to everyone. The Royal Blue Band is proud to present our history.
If your mission is to improve lives in your community, you have to have the right vision. You value people over profit. You work passionately. You exceed expectations. Proactively seek improvement. And make our community a better place. This is Lister Hill Credit Union. Today. Tomorrow. For everyone. It's all about we. Join us today at listerhill.com/join.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Cullman County. They are a proud sponsor of Cullman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Call the pros at Odin's Auto Glass in Cullman. From chips to full replacements, Odin's gets you back on the road fast. With honest prices, top quality glass, and service you can trust. Locally owned, family run, and proud to serve Cullman and North Alabama for over 40 years. Odin's Auto Glass, where safety meets service. You can call 256-734-2800 or stop by their location on Highway 31 North in Cullman. Odin's Auto Glass, we'll see you through it. Proud sponsors of the Cullman County Sports Network.
Redstone Federal Credit Union is giving new members $475 just for opening your first checking account. Everybody's got a side hustle these days, but this is way easier than photographing goldfish for social media or even selling custom chicken fashion accessories. You can keep the dream alive by hustling into your nearest Redstone branch or visiting redfcu.org/join 475 for details. Offer ends October 3rd. Membership required. Details on website. $25 minimum deposit required. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Sheriff Matt Gentry here. Hey, on behalf of the Cullman County Sheriff's Office, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the ball field. We pray God's blessings on each and every one of y'all. Hey, when you're coming to and from the ball field, stay safe. Don't be distracted in driving. Make sure if you go somewhere afterwards, don't drink and drive, but have a great season and take care. God bless.
When life changes in an instant, experience matters. At Stansbury Kinsley, personal injury and disability attorneys, decades of experience have helped individuals and families navigate personal injury and disability claims with confidence. With local roots in Cullman and offices in Birmingham, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. They combine hometown values with national reach. Stansbury Kinsley, local roots, national reach. 844-32-SK-LAW. That's 844-327-5529.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was finally paying off that credit card or booking the trip to Belize you talked about for years. Every one of those moments started with a plan. That's where State Farm agent Tisha Brewer comes in, right here in Cullman, ready to help you look at things you're dreaming about and turn them into a real plan to get there. Because your money should work just as hard as you do. The earlier you start, the better off you'll be. So whether it's being free of debt or free to roam the world, State Farm agent Tisha Brewer in Cullman can start building something you'll thank yourself for later.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Buying or selling, it's more than a sale. It's the story you're living. It's the next chapter's trail. Tommy and Angela, born and raised right here. North Alabama roots, running deep for years. Top producers, but that's not why we call. Patient and dedicated, they're here through it all. The Warhurst team, realtors, set us up for a real team. Local knowledge proven, that's who we'll always be. The Warhurst team, we treat it personally, 'cause your home is your story. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram too. The Warhurst team, realtors, standing by you. Local knowledge proven, experience that's true. Dedicated to you. The Warhurst team, SR4 Realty.
Welcome back inside Cranford Strickland Stadium here in Cold Springs. It is 9-0 Eagles over Eagles. Vinemont trailing Cold Springs. You're listening to Cullman County's Game of the Week here on the Cullman County Sports Network on Cullman's Live 95.5. Glad you're with us here. Dylan Diemert and Jack Haynes filling in this week. Boy, we've had a game.
Oh, yeah.
We still have a chance to make this interesting here. If Vinemont's defense can hold up the Cold Springs onslaught coming back out into the second half and put some points on the board, we could have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. 2-score game right now, but it feels like a 1-score game with how things are going right now. And, Cold Springs coming off of that high in the end of the first half with that big 4th and goal stop against the Vinemont Eagles, and right now it's just going to be a great second half, I think, between these battle of Cullman County Eagles right here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, Jack. I think if we really get things where we need them to be, at the least you're probably trailing by 3. If you fail convert, you're trailing by 3. If you go for the PAT, you're trailing by 1 if you get it. You trail by 2, excuse me. But then if you go for the 2-point conversion, obviously you bring it into a 1-point game.
That's why it was so huge for Cold Springs to get that stop right there, because not only do they have momentum from that for the start of the second half, but I believe they'll get the ball back to start the second half and an opportunity to put even more points and increase this lead and increase this margin for Cold Springs right here.
All right, we come back to football here. Cold Springs warming up on their sideline. Got some in the end zone in the circle. And Coach Vos can the boys back into things. Well-coached group here at Cold Springs. Can't get away from that fact. Coach Brendan Vos really has a good squad. He's a really good guy. We had a chance to talk with him before the game, and he gave us his words, and that's one thing. He's all about this team here, and I'm not to overshadow anything Coach Robinson's ever done because he's been the same way. But these are 2 good coaches. These are 2 good teams. We've got one of the best matchups in Cullman County right here in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's going to keep getting better.
Oh, yeah, this is where everybody wants to be right now, and 2 great squads right here and battling out tonight, and nothing short of a great game thus far.
Yes, indeed, Jack. Glad you're with us here on the Cullman County Sports Network, brought to you by Cullman's Live 95.5. We want to take a moment again to thank our sponsors tonight in Cleaning and More of Cullman, 212 Insurance, Lister Hill Credit Union, Cullman Electric Cooperative, and Sprout Fiber Internet, Redstone Federal Credit Union, Tisha Brewer State Farm, the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage, our first down sponsor, Adam Aker of Mitch Smith Chevrolet, Fuller Optical, Cullman Savings Bank, Odin's Auto Glass, Chesley Oaks Golf Course, Vincent Furniture Warehouse, Mize Electric, Stanberry Kinsley Attorneys, our extra point sponsor, Merchants Bank, Tying Knots and Stamping Papers, our pregame sponsor. Our Player of the Week sponsor is Unhitched RV of Cullman, and finally the all-purpose junk and debris removal will wind up our sponsor list in the 2026 season. Vinemont set to kick this one off. And here come the battle horns. I didn't know we were in Minneapolis tonight.
Excited, ready to start the second half.
Low kick from Ethan Yon, but boy, does it get some distance. He'll field it around the 15, and moving is Day, and Day wrestled down at the 35.
Little squib kick right there, but able to turn it for a great chunky yardage, and now have a great field position there at the 35.
Big 1st and 10 Eagles. Put that right there. We will appreciate that from our friends downstairs, Cold Springs concession stand, bringing us some waters. They know we've got
greatly appreciated. Absolutely.
Of course, I have to say, everybody here has been so nice here at Cold Springs. I love coming down here to Bremen. Good high school atmosphere.
Absolutely. Very, very hospitable, and it's been very excellent.
And talk about a good run as Ethan Day is trucking up the right side, and Day down to about the 41-yard line. And boy, he was shot out of there like a cannon. He had momentum and speed.
Yeah, great first play to set the tone on this drive right here for Cold Springs.
A fast 6 yards picked up by the quarterback. 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, as we know, and I'm sure as the Vinemont defense knows, this team and Cold Springs can run and pass. We saw the run right there.
As Titus Light checked out. Didn't see who checked in, but they'll do the handoff up the middle. And this time it's going to net some good yardage. And Ethan Yon, number 62, for that getting tied up there in the backfield. No flags being called, but it's a first down for Cold Springs nonetheless on the run by number 5.
Things like that, you see just great effort and means something to these kids, and especially being a crosstown matchup here in the county, and means everything.
Of course, your first down brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. As Chastain in motion up the right side, they'll fake it and throw it. It's tipped up and incomplete. Almost defense there to swat at it. Credit a lot of the swat to Spear, number 7. 2nd and 10 coming up for your Cold Springs Eagles here.
Wonderful bat away right there for Vinemont cornerback, and safety's back there, and excellent to break up the pass, because it looked like another one of those good passes that we've seen from the offense in Cold Springs so far.
Sets up 2nd and 10 near the midfield logo. Day will keep it, and his ball is loose again. Who has it? Vinemont is signaling for it. Maybe it's their time. I don't know. The pile is still being sorted, and
no signal yet.
No signal yet. Everything has been sorted, and I think we're going to stay with Cold Springs.
Yeah, I think
so.
Cold Springs able to jump on
no
it.
fanfare says Cold Springs holds on.
Tell you what, there's been a couple of hard stops like that this game. That's probably, 3rd or 4th fumble recovered for Cold Springs in this game.
Well, nonetheless, they were able to net positive yardage, setting up a 3rd and 6 at the 49. They lead 9-0. A chance to keep the drive alive. Chastain in motion up the right side. Here's Day. Steps back to throw. Day, no pressure. Ball is tipped. Oh my, here he goes. Vos trying to put on his Ryan Coleman Williams impression. And picks up the first down as he'll be down at about the 38.
Nearly intercepted on that one, Dylan.
Nearly intercepted, popped up in the air, picked it up. Like I said, trying his Ryan Coleman Williams impression out. And he'll pick up the Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet first down tonight here for Cold Springs as they keep the drive alive and really had that turn to it too. He popped, the ball popped up, had that turn, wrangled it in, and just ran forward and got tackled that time. Didn't make a touchdown against the Bulldogs that Coleman Williams did for
Not
Alabama.
too bad either,
Nonetheless, here is Cooper Johnson, and Johnson breaking open to open grass and down to about the 25. And he gets hit hard, but that's a first down nonetheless. And Cold Springs keeping the chains moving here. First down brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. And like a good old Chevy, like a rock, we keep on rolling.
Yeah, that's what this Cold Springs offense is doing right now. And those 2 plays right there, the first bobbled pass right there, and then that punishing run. Just Vinemont is feeling all the momentum, all the weight coming back with and staying with Cold Springs right here. And 2 impressive plays as Cold Springs continues to drive.
Well, if the defense can muster up a turnover, that would be big, but they're going to go up the middle with Chastain this time. At Cold Springs will get about 2 or 3 out of the carry. Big pickup, though, as it was a hard run from Chastain.
Tell you what, we haven't seen too much action from Cold Springs and Braden Hallman, but almost didn't need it so far with the kind of rushing attack they have right now.
Well, you know, Coach Robinson was probably circling him in those coaching videos, like, hey, you got to watch this kid right here.
Yeah.
Duly noted by Vinemont's defense. They have kept him shut down, but I don't think we've seen the last of him quite just yet.
Right, whether it's a scheme or something else.
I'm not
regardless.
Sure. Low snap. It's going to be a handoff to Johnson. And Johnson up the left side, down to about the 20, maybe the 19 if he got there. That sets up inside the red zone here. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And rolling here, third quarter.
Great first drive for Cold Springs here in the second half.
Like I mentioned earlier, it just takes one turnover to change the tide here, and Vinemont's defense can muster one up.
They've come close multiple times.
They're going to shovel a pass on the right side, and it's going to be a flag coming out, but it's going to be a tackle in the backfield for loss. What this flag will be remains to be determined. I think since it's going to come out on the Vinemont side, this will be against the Eagles of Red.
Yeah, we'll have to check on the flag, but initially looked like a great play, open field tackle for that Vinemont defensive line. And
well, they say in the PA box, holding called against the Eagles. Well, hold your breath, folks. It's going to be against the Cold Springs Eagles.
It's one of those Eagles. Yeah, backs them up, and not what you want if you're Coach Bose right there. So.
Yeah, momentum trucking Cold Springs way, and they'll change things up. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. It's Braylon Hallman checking out and having to get his shoulder pad adjusted. They're going to sneak in number 12, though. That's Jordan Garman, the sophomore for Cold Springs. He's going to go on the far sideline. Here's Day looking.
Here we go.
Passing downfield. It's Vos. Is he covered? No flag coming. Now a flag comes out, and they're going to get what they wanted down the Vinemont, on the Cold Springs side, rather.
Yeah, that was obvious pass interference, if that's what they call. I think that's a good call.
That's going to be a PA call, but wise man once said in this booth,
yeah.
If you're beat, hold them, but don't get a pass interference.
Tell you what, on that play, it's 2v1 in favor of Vinemont, but drew the flag, and
if you're beat, hold them, but don't get the PI. That was Vinemont versus Susan Moore. And we wait an extended decision. Now we move forward. Pass interference called against Vinemont, and I think a lot of that would belong to, I believe, Spear on that play. Maybe a Johnson, whether that's Brandon or Zach, I don't know. Cold Springs will take it 2nd and 1. Deep in their own territory. Day's under pressure. Day pushed out of bounds and hit hard and rolls off the track. No flag coming out. Day gets back up fine.
Just a strong play right there.
And, of course, we setting up 4th down. They'll push them back. They're still in good field position to try to strike here. As I couldn't tell you who got the tackle for Vinemont. He was trucking them back. I think that was number 11, Brennan Marlowe there, though. As Day tried to scamper on the right side. Couldn't get anything done. Big news for Cold Springs, though, is they'll take out a youngster in Garmin. They will go for it on 4th down. They bring in Hallman. He could be in the mix here, and they try to get Vinemont to jump off sides, and I think they may have succeeded. Because we've got an Eagle sitting on his rump there. And they're indicating this may be a timeout call. Yeah. So, hey, if at the Vinemont timeout, Coach Robinson played his cards right. That'll be a Cold Springs Eagle timeout. Well, while we take a break here, let's actually check our scoreboard that we have not checked in on for a while, but I'm sure the results are not good for some teams and great for some teams, but as we take a look across Cullman County tonight on our Odom's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard, we'll tell you that Fairview is beating Hayden 19-6 in the home opener there at Dafford Smith Stadium. That game can be listened to on Channel 3 on the Fairview Aggies Radio Network. Dakota Bailey on the call tonight. The Hanceville Bulldogs have put 6 points on the board, but that's not enough.
There we go.
Hey, it's still 35-6 as that one's at halftime. Also at the halftime is Brewer and Good Hope, and ladies and gentlemen, at the half, the Good Hope Raiders leading 41-7. That game on the Good Hope business. Yeah. Good Hope Raiders Sports Network, brought to you by Cleaning Moore Cullman, Tony Thompson and Tyson Robertson on the call. That one on Channel 2 tonight. At the beginning of the third quarter, Cullman leading Hartselle still 14-7.
There we go.
And in the second quarter, West Point being trounced 35-0 in Claiborne County. I said it was a waste of gas, but Center is not a fun trip if you're a West Point Warrior tonight.
Yeah,
and you got nearly a 3-hour bus ride, and Coach might feel bad for you and get you a meal. I don't know.
Yeah,
you're not getting what you want at McDonald's tonight.
No, that's gonna be a quiet ride.
You're eating Crystals if they find them.
Yeah, you'll be lucky.
You're eating Crystals.
Lucky to get
You're getting a sack full on that bus ride.
Yeah. No, quiet on that one. And tough for the West Point Warriors tonight.
We'll catch up with them. We'll catch up with them later this season, and hopefully they get things together. But plans to see them in Ardmore and in Moulton this year.
That Cullman score.
Hey, I'm holding on. Holding on for a miracle.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right, we'll come back to it. 4th down, Day under pressure. Day throws, heaves downfield. His man is covered and incomplete. Turnover on downs coming up, barring any penalty flags, and I don't see anything out there, ladies and gentlemen. So Vinemont takes over.
Come by a surprise right there, Dylan, and gotta be honest, that's obviously what they were looking for in the run, but I'm surprised still that they didn't maybe try to run something right there, but it is what it is on that one.
I always love to see the forward pass being brought out, and I don't hate the strike. I do it on when I'm got myself on the PS5 I'm playing college football. I'll go for it on 4th down and short, but
4th and 1 sounds like a Hail Mary to me.
Nonetheless, they don't get it done here, and Vinemont will. Hey, they'll take it. They'll take it here. 1st and 10, left to right as you listen here. 6 minutes, 21 seconds. 3rd quarter, they trail 9-0 to Colt Springs. Still anybody's ball game, though. Plenty of time left, and we've got a big run, but the grass will get to him first. That is Spear up the right side, and Travis Spear getting some time on the offense. I don't see a quarterback change coming from Vinemont. They kind of mixed things up last week. I don't see a change coming. I don't see Carson Arbit in the game, but something could change, of course.
They'll try to stick with the same guys and see what they can get to start cooking right here, but see what they can do. But
Rhodes will stay in. Spear goes to his right. Spear will go forward, and Spear having to fight through a couple blue jerseys, but could not get anywhere with that one. Maybe eked out a yard. Rhodes will go back to the sideline, get some direction. The senior quarterback, one of the many seniors on this Vinemont team.
Always nice to have a heap of upperclassmen up in your roster, especially in the your starting 11 on both sides of the ball there.
Yeah, and we talked with Coach Robinson early. Obviously, we're doing it for the boys this year, letting them ride high. They beat Gordo last year. They rode the green wave and smothered it. And obviously things didn't work out. Ended up getting crushed by Westminster Christian on a Thursday night because of severe weather. Things will change. Here comes the quarterback, and this will try to push up to about the 28-yard line as Rhodes will carry it. Cooper Johnson there to meet him on the tackle, so 2-on-2 there. This will be 4th and short. Or should be 3rd, but the official talking with the chain. This should be 3rd down.
4th and 3 though.
They're saying 4th and 3 though now. They're not going to change it. They're saying this is 4th down and 3, so we'll go with it.
They're going for it inside their own.
Offense will stay on the field. 30. Big momentum play, and instead they'll try to punt it away. And this time it'll roll out of bounds and be tagged. They rolled out of bounds and just out of bounds dead near the 44. And you don't see that often. Rhodes does, Swiss Army knife for this offense. Somewhat reminiscent to another number 2 in Vinemont lore. The man Colby Miller.
Right, and feels like a 3 and out for Vinemont on that one, and not exactly what you wanted if for Coach Robinson, trying to get some momentum back on your side and some points on the board, but Cold Spring gets it back. And
well, they don't put more time on the board, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Jack. They don't put clock back on the board unless it's one of those situations.
Right.
You know, every minute you're not scoring, leaving the opportunities for the other team to score. And we've got a little bit of a tussle going on in the backfield with some linemen, but they get it broken off there. It's Cooper Johnson up the middle for the carry for 2, maybe a yard actually, as they push it back just a little.
Very physical ball game.
2nd and 9. Yeah, very
really
physical.
Seen that.
Really just everything you could ask for, and you're waiting on the Vinemont offense come up late. We still have a fourth quarter coming up in about 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and yes, Cold Springs leads 9-0, but we'll go up the middle this time and met by a host of Eagles.
Tell you what, if Vinemont can force a turnover, not only, get the ball up in the air maybe, but actually recover it, that's obviously what the Eagles and Vinemont want right now and could definitely use, but there's been opportunities, but so far, Vinemont has not capitalized on the offensive side of the ball. So.
Case and Alexander up the middle, met by Travis Spear of Vinemont for the tackle. And it sets up a 3rd, and it looks like about 6 to go here as we are not an official stop, but they're getting a ball changed out here. They're having to keep replacing the footballs. Official gets things set. 3rd down and 6 to go here for Cold Springs. Moving right to left as you listen. Still a 9-0 Cold Springs lead. Vinemont really needs to hold them back here, so they can try to drive it the other way. Here is Cooper Johnson, and Johnson met immediately near the midfield logo. So 4th down coming up after about a 1-yard pickup. Host of blue and red Eagles there. I'll tell you one thing, Jack.
Yeah.
The news in the SEC this year is that we'll see a Tennessee Vols and Alabama Crimson Tide color matchup.
Yes, I heard about that.
Home on home jerseys. I'm wondering what if we do that here.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see that.
Tell you what, trying new things, and I love to see it.
Here comes the pressure. They'll punt it away. It's Day. And they'll just tag it down. Looks like about the 15-yard line.
Good punt.
And Lima will just take over there.
No, yeah, for the jerseys, I'm a helmet guy myself, but when they talk about, changing, switching up a little bit with the jerseys, maybe wearing these uniforms here instead of there, just a completely different scheme. Always fun to see that, especially nowadays, and especially with some of those teams like, Alabama or Tennessee with those traditional uniforms, especially in Alabama. Get to see a different kind of jersey or color combination or something like that, and to some degree, it's always fun to see. So absolutely, very exciting. And tell you what, if we have something like that in the county, it would be very interesting and very fun to see.
I would be all for it. I like the versatility we have in Cullman County when it comes to jersey picking. As Vinemont will take it up the left side. I believe that was Spear again. They're kind of favoring him. I don't know if we had an injury from Slane or anybody like that, but just worn out. We haven't seen a lot from Preston Handers. He is in the game. Spear has been kind of getting the bulk of the carries this time around. Sets up 2nd and 9 here, as they still push from deep inside Cold Springs territory.
Yeah, that's the thing, the advantage and the disadvantage of playing a week early and late. You have some players that are more fresh and some more, game experience, but that's how it is.
Be inside Vinemont territory as we come back to Rhodes wants the pass. Rhodes with a choppy pass downfield, incomplete. And Herrera was the intended receiver there, as he kind of got a wrangled tackle there on the neck brace, but they say it's all legal there. It's a 3rd and 9 here.
We're definitely seeing Vinemont either, wanting or maybe in this case forced to pass, and they're definitely trying to right now, so they're not afraid to right now. And
the old Tom Brady check down would be your best friend right now.
A little drive starter, yeah.
Yeah. Put it together somewhere.
Just need to get positive yards right now for Vinemont.
Rhodes in the backfield. Rhodes moving left. Rhodes keeping it himself. Still behind the line. Still slings it downfield and incomplete out of the bounds. Thrown off the sideline there. So he'll just throw it away.
Great pressure by that Cold Springs line right there.
Way out of the proverbial box there. So flag is down. I don't think this is going to be an intentional grounding flag, so.
You got number 4 for Cold Springs starting to limp off the field, and coach is going to look at him.
Not a good sign. That's the quarterback.
No, yeah, that could be something to watch right there. Number 12 now in for number 4 at the safety spot.
So they'll put Garmin in the game, and still waiting on what this decision is for this flag, though.
Yeah, refs are taking their time, and we'll see what that one's about.
I don't think it was intentional grounding. Rhodes was out of the pocket. Completely legal throw, so I don't think it's intentional grounding, but.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Vinemont may have called timeout right there.
That is the case, and the chain does not change to a 4, so we're still at a third down here, so. Was it something maybe on Cold Springs that was, we didn't catch there. I'm not sure. We don't have a clear indication on what's going on. The official's still talking.
I don't think I saw a hold that his quarterback for Vinemont rolled out, but we'll see what the refs have to say in a little while. And
if they were,
right.
The flag has been picked up. This could be just a no call.
All right.
But the decision will come, of course, when we get things set back up. It's still third down officially on the chain, so. While we check and wait here, I'll tell you, Good Hope is leading 41-7. That game has not come out of the halftime, but have you ever been to the stadium up there? I think it's Tucker Stadium in Somerville, where the Brewer Patriots play. They have a cannon. They love. They love to blow that cannon, of course. I can tell you one time in the Vinemont lore, we got beat 61-6 or something, and that cannon, the JROTC up there, running the cannon.
Running out of gunpowder.
Sore arms.
Yeah.
Lots of kids with sore arms, but thankfully it was Saturday the next day. So.
Yeah. A lot of gunpowder used. And
a lot of bad penmanship in class if it was a Monday. But Fairview leading 19-6 over Hayden. We'll go back to this one, 9-0 Cold Springs. Vinemont on third down. Rhodes heaves downfield, has Herrera lined up, and it's intercepted! Cold Springs intercepts! That's Brandon Chastain for Cold Springs.
Yeah, just a low throw right there, and just desperate pass, and Cold Springs able to pick it off as going down to the ground.
Cold Springs will have the ball, first and 10.
That defense, that blue defense, stands up strong yet again tonight.
25 seconds to go. 9-0 Cold Springs. Interception. We'll change the tide here. The quarterback, Ethan Day, comes back. Looks to be okay after we previously announced he may have been injured. He seems to be fine now. Comes back out. He'll keep Case and Alexander to his right. It's first and 10. We'll play it inside the 35. Day keeps it, and he'll bring it down to about 32.
Yeah, either it's not nagging him too much with that on his leg, or coach trusts him enough. I'm sure it very well may be a combination of both, but quarterback running it right there, so on that play.
Credit a lot of the work there. Vinemont's number 9 there. That's Zach Johnson. That is the end of your third quarter. And ladies and gentlemen, get your fours up, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your fours up.
It means something to us, therefore we cannot stand still. At the end of the third quarter, your score is 9-0. It's Cold Springs. It's Vinemont. The Eagles of Blue lead. We'll be back.
Need a notary who comes To you, planning a wedding? Looking for trusted business services? You can call Tying Knots and Stamping Papers, LLC, Cullman's premier mobile notary, wedding efficient, and business services company. We come to your home, office, hospital, nursing facility, or your favorite coffee shop, even after hours and on weekends. Professional, reliable, and ready when you need us. You can text Beverly at 256-653-7099. That's Tying Knots and Stamping Papers, your documents, your schedule.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of this week's Cullman County Game of the Week, and as delivered, it's a 9-0 Cold Springs lead, an interception, starting to seal things up here on Coleman's Live 95.5. I'm Dylan Diemert. With me tonight, Jack Haynes. Next week, we're heading back home. Vinemont and Hanceville, 3A region play. Back at it next week from the friendly confines of Mark Smothers Stadium. On a 2nd and 8, we'll keep it up the left. That's Cooper Johnson.
Yeah, not quite time to just start thinking about running out any time right now, but as offenses are going really right now, especially for Vinemont, it almost feels like that, even early in this fourth quarter.
3rd down and short coming up for Cold Springs, and obviously the Blue faithful in this one. Big. You can hear the crowd in front of you.
Oh, yeah, they've been great tonight.
Here's Case and Alexander. And Alexander still trying to muddle forward. Does he get it? The official spot will decide. They are going to spot him just about a yard short. 4th and 1 coming up. You got to go for it, Coach. You got to go for it.
Oh, yeah. This Cold Springs offense has definitely had enough success tonight to be able to go for it right here, especially in this situation, part of the game, and you draw up a good play right here.
10:47 left in the ball game here. It's 9-0 Cold Springs on 4th and 1. The Blue Eagles try to muddle forward. In the backfield, they'll hand it off, and I think he's got it, ladies and gentlemen. That should be a Cooper Johnson first down after we get things settled. The dust is still being settled.
I think Vinemont may have put him short.
I think Vinemont may have stood. Vinemont?
Yeah, there's no first down call.
There's no indication for the first down. Vinemont has held.
Yep.
Vinemont has held the line, ladies and gentlemen. Correction. Vinemont has held the line. But I don't think...
Yeah, you waited forever for, some sort of signal, but it looks
I don't think it came the way they thought, though. I think we may have had a turnover. I think we may have had a turnover.
Okay.
So Vinemont gets the ball.
Yeah,
I think we got a turnover. Either way, they found a way to get it. So Vinemont takes over. Whether it was a turnover or a turnover on downs, I'm not sure. But... the way we had we had a little bit of a dust, to settle. And I think we had a turnover on the ground. We've got a timeout called.
Coach Vos is not happy with that result.
I've got to imagine our head coach over here. He's pointing. He's yelling. He's got some words for the official. He's not happy. He's got to stifle himself, obviously.
Kind of understandably so, though, with such a big play call right there and playing the game.
I get it. He's here for he's here for his team and wants the right call, but
sometimes it just doesn't go the way you want it. And on that one, at least what it stands right now is turnover and a first down for Vinemont.
I'll tell you one thing, Jack. We're staring at a 10-minute, 32-second clock. Vinemont has the ball. If they can put things together, like I said, it's only a 9-0 ball game.
Capable of it. And has capable special teams.
Well, I think Coach Vos is going to have to take it. He still talks with the official, but I think he's going to take his answer. And he's not happy with it, but he's going to let things go, and they'll get things set back up here.
Yeah, got to turn the page now.
Here's Rhodes. Rhodes keeps it himself. Rhodes has some room. Rhodes moving forward. And he's still going. He's still going down to the 40. At the first down pickup by the quarterback, Josh Rhodes.
Punishing run.
That's a first down brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
Yeah, first it looked like one of them runs where it's 4 or 5 yards, and then you look up and he's got a few or 5 more.
Still dragging a couple blue jerseys with him at that, too. So what you needed for Vinemont here, a shot to the veins here. Here's Spear up the right side. Spear pushing forward, still punishing. Still another first down. Down to the 50.
Similar to the last one. Just another punishing run. And
about the 48, 49-yard line.
Well, they were going to mark him short of the line of game. Yeah, close to the first down. They're going to mark him very short. 2nd and 1. Vinemont has come alive here. Here's Spear up again. Spear has enough for the first down. And then Spear still pushing, still muscling, still going down to about the 44. That's good enough for the Adamaker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. First down for your Vinemont Eagles.
Tell you what, Coach Robinson on the Vinemont sideline has clearly lit a fire of some kind, because Vinemont, we have not seen this in a good while with this kind of offensive drive.
We've not seen it in a week, Jack.
Just the confidence and the results that they've been looking for.
Rhodes kind of backpedaling a little bit, but still pushing forward for positive yardage and still trying to go. Should be, I think about a 5, maybe a 4 if they spot them early.
Still a good first down run. Still a good run.
They're going to say he got about 2 there.
Oh, wow.
I think he may have hit his knees down early. So that's what I was wondering. I think he lunged forward, but they're going to say he hit his knees first.
Okay.
2nd and 8. Vinemont getting things going. Here's Rhodes again. Rhodes still punishing him. I think these boys are worn down on the blue side.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw number 2 for Cold Springs right there. Could have tried to trip him up, but quarterback for Vinemont able to escape and scamper for a few more yards.
Rhodes muscling through. 3rd and 2 coming up here. He gets a lot of a help of a block from Ethan Yon there. Said he wasn't playing offense tonight.
Yeah.
Coach Robinson said, nah, never mind, boy. You're getting out there.
Yeah.
And it's paid off.
Wherever it does, take care of the job.
Here we go. This time, Gabriel Herrera. And that's enough for the first down.
Tell you what, great blocking I saw on that play. It created that good run.
Herrera up the left side, and Herrera has the first down for Vinemont. That is another first down brought to you by Adamaker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. It is 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The score is 9-0 Cold Springs, and Vinemont is trending towards that end zone.
Now, things can get real interesting if Vinemont can find a way to punch it in you in that couple minutes.
From the 30, here's Spear. Spear muscling and bouncing up the right side, and probably gets about 2 or 3 on the carry. If they're generous, maybe 4. They're feeling generous tonight. If he gets 4,
hey, I take 4.
I'll take 4. I'll take 5. I'll take whatever you give me.
Absolutely, yeah.
He says 2nd and 7. That looks like more of a 4-yard spot, so it's gonna be 2nd and 6 from what the chain is spotting.
Short 6.
Here is Rhodes again. Rhodes to Herrera. Herrera is trucking forward up the left side. He'll give his team about 3 more yards.
Tell you what, whenever they get to a 3rd down with how they're running it right now, it's going to be a manageable one. So
I think the issue,
4th down rather,
the issue has to be with these boys playing both sides.
Mm-hmm.
They're wearing down, and Vinemont, it's kind of been lackluster. Here's Rhodes up the right side. Rhodes is still moving.
That should be a first down.
That should be a first down. It is a first down, brought to you by Adamaker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. 9 o'clock here in Cold Springs. You're listening to Cullman's Live 95.5 WRJMLP Cullman. Glad you're with us here as we are legally obliged at the top of the hour to always give you that information. Glad you're listening to Cullman County's Game of the Week, and
it's getting real interesting right now.
It's starting to pick up here. Business is starting to pick up here. 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining as Vinemont trails 9-0. And here we go with another carry up the left side. I believe that's Herrera again. Host of Blue Eagles tackling there. Cooper Johnson, the main for Cold Springs. 2nd and 8 to go. Maybe 7. They're going to say 2nd and 7. They're generous tonight. Just remember, if Vinemont does score here, they don't win the game, they don't tie the game, but they bring it a lot closer.
1-score game.
If they can hold Cold Springs back, Herrera will get the handoff up the right side. Herrera still pushing. Herrera will go up the right side, and Thinking for a second we may have lost the ball, but nope, they keep it.
Looked like for a second, too, if he was able to escape that tackle.
Yeah, would have
he
been
had a blocker in front of him, yeah. But regardless, good run.
3rd and short here. It's Rhodes with the quarterback keeper. And he's getting pushed back forward, but forward progression.
Yeah, forward progress, I think, yeah. And Gold Springs will bring in some somewhat fresh bodies, but...
Well, they're not moving the chain quite. Now they are. Okay. Chain is moving now. It's 1st and goal. This one brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet. So we've got an injured player on the turf, though. So we'll take a break and be back in just a moment.
Funny thing about life. The world keeps telling us to stay connected. One more email, one more text, one more notification. But every now and then, you find a place that reminds you the best connections aren't made through a screen. They're made around a campfire, under a sky full of stars, with the people who matter most. At Unhitched Cullman, RV sites for short stays or long ones, comfortable glamping tents, rustic tiny homes, and every stay comes with a simple promise. Safe, clean, friendly. Unhitched Cullman. UnhitchedRV.com or 256-734-5853. Sometimes the best way to reconnect is to disconnect.
Welcome back to Cold Springs inside Cranford Strickland Stadium. 9-0 Blue Eagles over the Red Eagles here on this week's Cullman County Game of the Week. Dylan Diemert, Jack Haynes with you on the call tonight. Next week, back home at Vinemont for Vinemont and Hanceville. Week after that, we'll travel to Gilbreth Stadium in the beautiful Aniana, Alabama for Vinemont and Redskins action. So no, Thanksgiving didn't come early, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Eagles and Redskins. We'll see where things set up. We didn't catch who the injured player was, but looking at all indications, he will be just missing a set here. It is that point of the year, Jack, where we are probably dealing with more cramps than anything.
Oh, yeah, no, that...
They're coming to check the spot of the ball right now, which is odd because we didn't have a play. So
the good thing I did see was the injured player for Vinemont. Wasn't able to quite get his number.
So they're checking the spot
did walk
now.
off, and he looks like that may be 4. I might be seeing 4.
If you were, that would be Brandon Johnson. All right, so what I'm confused about is we're checking the spot now.
Okay.
The chains will come out, so it's 1st down Vinemont. That one brought to you by Adam Aker at Mitchell Chevrolet. We called that, and then there was the injury, of course, so I guess they waited until after the injury was settled.
Yeah, and then went to go
spot the ball. So I was confused by when the chain came out to measure, but I was like, I thought we...
Well, with the time, they might have just...
Maybe something got lost in translation. Here comes Rhodes up the right side, and... You know, it's one of those things we kind of just probably missed in the shuffle of things. Of course, that happens when we have an injury on the turf. 2nd and goal coming up. Rhodes only getting about a yard out of that scamper up the right side. Time is on his side if he can slow things down. He's got 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Like we said, they can still make it a close game. Need everything they can get here on 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, first things first, Vinemont got a score right here.
Inside the 10, Rhodes hands it off up the middle. They're muscling forward. That time it's Herrera. It'll be a 3rd and goal situation as Herrera punches up the middle. Down at the 5.
Obviously, big 3rd down right here.
Yeah, really
2 plays to get in the end zone.
5.
Where are you, little star? Where are you? Oh, right
An offensive minded and just try to get it in the end zone.
Punch it in, yeah.
Whatever way you can.
And obviously, if they, with them going right here, look to pass, but we'll see what they do, though.
And here's the one bad thing, Jack, I'll take away from the injury timeout. Give enough time for Cold Springs to kind of recover.
Yes. No, yeah, with Vinemont trailing, Hand on the hips for Cold Springs.
Obviously, they're gassed out, and Vinemont is taking a timeout.
So it's pretty much, starting to feel like this may be for all the marbles.
Yes.
Right here, if you're Vinemont, with them taking the timeout and burning it, but so obviously crucial play right here for the Vinemont Eagles right here, and if you don't get this, it's going to create a tough disadvantage for them.
Well, the Blue Eagle Nation calling everybody they can to get this crowd riled up. While we take a break in the play, we'll talk about our Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard. We'll start in center, where we're still at the half. Looks like Claiborne County is running away 35-0. We'll check with... So once again, Claiborne County leading West Point 35-0 in center. In Somerville, just up Eva Road and down the mountain there inside Tucker Stadium, Good Hope is leading 47-7. In Dafford Smith Stadium in Fairview, it's 19-6. Aggies over Wildcats. And the Rattlers beating the Bulldogs 35-6. Also Cullman still leading 14-7 inside at Oliver Woodard Stadium. Back to the field here. It's 9-0 Cold Springs. 4th down and goal for Vinemont. Rhodes in the backfield. Rhodes sneaks around. Rhodes up the left side. Has to be one, spins in, and they stop him. They shut the door on Mr. Rhodes, and Cold Springs will deny the score once more.
Tell you what, running on the left side is going to be all or nothing for Rhodes, and looked like he was getting close to maybe the 2-3 yard line, and then he hesitated, and when he hesitated, hesitation killed it, everything. Maybe if he kept running, he'd have a shot, but
ran and leap, he would have been in the end zone, Jack, but oh my, Cold Springs shut the door on that Vinemont offense. That leaves 4 minutes and 21 seconds on the board here. 9-0 lead for Cold Springs.
It's time to run out the clock for Cold Springs, and for Vinemont, Silver Line, similar to the one earlier. You're inside close to the goal line.
Oh man, they're going to jump here.
That's not going to help.
A lot of mad Red Eagles, of course.
Yeah, they've jumped a couple times tonight, and none more crucial than that thus far, and they'll give more breathing room for the Blue Eagles here for Cold Springs.
Offside's called against the offense there, the defense there, so looked over, Spiegel was mad at the line there, but big thing for Cold Springs, no mistakes right now.
Yeah.
Don't drop the ball. They've had an issue with that lately. Don't drop the ball.
Ball security is absolutely on the top of the list right now.
Right here, especially don't drop the ball.
Hard count.
Try to go for the hard count, but I cannot stress this enough. Yeah. I know you're not listening out there.
Yeah.
Don't drop the ball. They're going to burn as much time as they can. 4 minutes and 2 seconds and rolling.
Smart.
1st and 5. Very prime real estate. They're going to let the timeout be called. Very prime real estate here if you're Vinemont, if you can get the turnover. Tonight's broadcast, of course, on the Cullman County Sports Network is brought to you by Cleaning and More of Cullman, by 212 Insurance, Lister Hill Credit Union, Cullman Electric Cooperative, and Sprout Fiber Internet. Redstone Federal Credit Union, Tisha Brewer State Farm, the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage, our first down sponsor, Adam Maker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, Fuller Optical, Cullman Savings Bank, Odin's Auto Glass, Chesley Oaks Golf Course, Vincent Furniture Warehouse, Mize Electric, Stansberry Kinsley Attorneys, Merchants Bank, Tying Knots Stamping Papers, Unhitched RV, and all-purpose junk and debris removal.
Yeah, like we said, if you're Vinemont, need a turnover, need a quick stop, just got to get the ball back and do a quick score, and lots of steps to it, but if you're Vinemont,
I'm telling you,
first steps first. You got to either get a turnover, get a stop, either way.
If the defense can come up with the turnover here, that's big for Vinemont. They could probably put it in the end zone if they...
And get a good field position if they can, Here
we go up the middle, and, Vinemont's going to try prying for that ball. They couldn't get it that time.
Looks to be short. First down.
That should be a second down now.
No. Yeah, clock continues to run.
Of course. As they will try to run things out and leave not enough for Vinemont, maybe the crumbs.
Yeah.
But if Cold Springs doesn't score, that's, depends on how much time is left and what Vinemont can cook up.
Right.
It's second and short here. 3 minutes, 29 seconds, fourth quarter. Cold Springs leading 9-0. Putting the pressure on the Eagles, and I think they may just escape with this one and get the first down.
Yeah, good run right there for Cold Springs right there. Offensive line did their job, created an opening for a first down, and that just kills you if you're Vinemont. Because that's another minute or so.
That is a drive killer if you're Vinemont. Time being burnt, and obviously the first down pickup, and Cold Springs in control. That first down brought to you by, of course, our good friend Adam Maker at Mitchman Chevrolet.
At 6 o'clock, I think it starts.
I think if you're Vinemont and you don't get it done, obviously next week will be a big one for you. 1st and 10. Time will not expire on them in the play clock. They'll get the ball and call the timeout here. 2 minutes and 44 seconds. I just got a quick update I got to give you guys. This is not on our Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard, but a note of public interest, but I'll be the first one to tell you guys on the opening drive, I said the streak is not going to continue. The streak is continuing. Columbia beats the Indians.
Oh, man.
The Eagles keep it rolling up there in Huntsville. So shout out to
congratulations
Coach Sammy Coates and company. They got a football team. They got a football team up there.
Yeah, that's Sammy Coates, taking over, and so many years, that was the storyline. You know it's bad when you have NFL documentaries, coming out about you, and not in the good way, obviously. And, very impressive. Great way to start off. I know last week they were down early, but came soaring back. And to win again tonight is so big for that program and that what's left of that fan base. But to come back and start such a great way off the season for them, that's just wonderful, and happy to hear it, and congratulations to them.
Absolutely. A couple other notes we'll take while we have the moment here. The Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard is indicating that Fairview leading 19-12 as Hayden's trying to claw out of the depths of, you know what, there.
Depths of despair, yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
While the Rattlers are getting business done against the Huntsville Bulldogs 35-6. Cullman still prevailing 14-7, and West Point, one of those nights there.
One of those nights.
35-0. Claiborne
Yeah, that's
County.
always tough.
Long bus ride back home, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell you what, next week, prime opportunity to bounce back if Vinemont can't get it done here, but we'll see.
Also of note, it is 47-7, Brewer trailing Good Hope.
And that's the team in Good Hope that's, tough loss against Plainview last week and fell short, but to come out and especially a team like Brewer and just completely blow off the doors, specifically just alone in that first half, even a great way to see for them as well.
2 minutes and 35 seconds remain here. 9-0 Cold Springs over Vinemont, and it's 2nd and 9 here. Cold Springs going to milk as much time. Vinemont's trying to save life, though. Trying to breathe some life back into us. Hey, it's not over till it's over. You play all 60 minutes. All they say that,
Until there's 0-0, there's still ball to be played. So that's the kind of mentality. And tell you what, right now, this is the most teaching moments you could get, opportunity if you want to think about silver lining, is this is the time, if you're Coach Robinson and you're Vinemont, to be, when you're down and you're at a tough spot, how do you respond? Whether it's this game or, the week ahead. Obviously right now we're thinking about the game right now, but still, overall picture, what are you going to do individually as a play and as a team right now? So we'll see how they respond right now.
And this will always be a testament, no matter how you look at this one, no matter the next 2 minutes and 35 seconds go. Cold Springs prevails.
Yes.
You look at that score, 9-0. Hey, that's pretty close.
Defense did their job for Vinemont.
Just some things that they could have cleaned up early that obviously come back to haunt them.
Right.
I predicted a 7-0 game, so a 9-0 game. pretty dang close.
Kind of hard to predict one of those fumble for a safety, so especially early in the contest, but not a baseball score to start off the game, but still.
We'll go second down and 9, and we'll go up the middle. I believe that time was Alexander. 3rd and 2 coming up. Got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, impressive. If Cold Springs can't pull it out, impressive first win to open up their season here in 2026.
Well, next week they'll have Locust Sports, so they'll have the Hornets in town, and I'll tell you a story about Hornets as we'll get the first down here by Cold Springs. We'll keep things rolling here. Time will keep ticking off the clock. Yeah, Hornets of Locust Fork next week, and I'll tell you a story about Hornets.
Yeah.
We got here in the box this afternoon. We had a Hornet problem right about outside this window.
Oh, I believe it.
Okay, Miss Hallman, I believe that's her name. She's got the Hallman shirt down, number 33 down there, representing Braylon Hallman. But comes up here, says, I got to take care of that hornet's nest.
Yeah.
She comes out here spraying that stuff and gets the broom out there, and those hornets were mad, and she got them. She got them all, and then they said, hey, there's a couple in the speaker. We'll get them out, too.
Yeah.
They take care of business out here, but Hornets up next for Cold Springs, and maybe they need a hornet expert, to exterminate the hornets. That's the theme for next week. I'll mention that.
Okay.
Exterminate the hornets, If they ain't thought about it, I'll mention it. All right, we're kind of just having a little bit of a midfield discussion. I don't know of what. It's first down. Over in the student section, we got the kid on the plank doing the push-ups. I think he just got 8 in. There's the air horn. Official's still talking midfield, and I wonder who's up next here in the student section. But
hey, sometimes you gotta keep yourself busy.
Yeah,
first and a lot more fun to do when you're up. Such late in the game, but
I'm not sure what this decision's about. What happened there, I'm not sure of. It's going to result still being Cold Springs ball, but we got 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining, and time starts rolling out. So we got everything cleared up now. First and 10.
They'll be in victory formation now.
What I said earlier still applies. Don't lose the ball.
Yeah,
it's not going to matter much. They've got it all here.
Still, looks like one more snap will. If they decide to, it should be about one more snap, under 40.
Well, I told you, folks, it'd be a 7-0 game. I was wrong. It's a 9-0. Close, but no candy on that one. This should be the final kneel down, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Cold Springs routs the Eagles 9-0 here on your Cullman County's Game of the Week, and Coach Both fired up. His boys got a win. They start their season 1-0. Coach Robinson will go to 1-1, but hey, don't hang your head low. That was a good game. If you just would have got some things worked out early, we'd be talking about another classic, and it's still a classic game. This is still one of those, single-digit games. You don't see a lot of those here, but, when they put them on the schedule that Vinemont lost to, I think, a playoff team in Cold Springs, I hope to see more of the Blue Eagles this season, but I think this is going to be a playoff team. I think they both are.
Yes, both squads here tonight have showed that both of them obviously have defense, maybe one a little bit more than the other, but both offenses, obviously some had better moments than others, but even Vinemont on the offense, you saw, especially that last drive, them, having a great, last drive right there, running the ball, and we even saw a couple of pass attempts and pass completions for Vinemont. They have the ability to, put up points. We saw that last week, and for Cold Springs, same thing. So, no, absolutely. Both teams very talented, and I project they'll have a very successful rest of the way.
Yeah, we have not heard the last of Vinemont. We have not heard the last of Cold Springs in the 2026 season. I think we will hear more of the Blue Eagles. We'll hear more of the Red Eagles. Well, we got the Red Eagles next week. They'll have Hansville at home next week, which is always a big draw. Hansville and Vinemont, it's always a big rivalry game. And, hey, this is still the same Vinemont team that beat Walkville 48-0.
Yes, no.
This was one of those ones that it's a good game. It's a good team. You have two good teams on the field here, and obviously the better one won out.
Right.
But obviously, you take it 1-1. That's not a bad look. There are only 2 games in the season. Still plenty of time to get things together. Hanceville is a region game. You want to win that one. You know, Vinemont tried to punch out last year, try to get that first seed. They had a good shot at it when they beat Gordo. Didn't get it done against the Pirates in Winfield, but they don't have to worry about that anymore. They got to worry about the Aniana Redskins.
Absolutely. No, turn the page and get ready for the week ahead. And
always go back into a 0-0. You know, all zeros. It's all zeros on the board. It's all zeros in the heads and minds of this coaching staff and this team. So
absolutely.
We'll do one more look at our scoreboard, but we got to give a player of the week this week. And Jack, I mean, usually we kind of deliberate through the game, but this was one of those ones you kind of had to wait till it was all said and done before you really put somebody, because I would have told you early on, it's obviously going to be Cold Springs player.
Yeah.
Way things went, but you never knew which way the tide was turning. But obviously Cold Springs held the Vinemont Eagles out, shut the door on them twice tonight. Defense prevailed in that one. If I had to give it to a Cold Springs player, it's number 1, Eli Vos.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so too.
Eli Vos catching the touchdown, the lone touchdown in this game. And I give him this week's Unhitched RV of Cullman Player of the Week. So congratulations, Eli Vos. You are our Player of the Week. Congratulations to the Cold Springs Eagles as they get the job done 9-0 here in Bremen. We will be back next week. Our game of the week will be the Fairview Aggies facing off in Scottsboro against the Wildcats up there. Good game, good trip. Dakota Bailey and company on the FM dial, 95.5 FM. Of course, you can still hear them on their Channel 3 on the app. We'll go to Vinemont and Hanceville next week as we get back to region play in South Vinemont. We'll be facing off against our biggest rival in Hanceville in a region game. And Coach Robinson obviously going to take what happened tonight, funnel it in, and put that aggression in the workouts this week, and obviously get ready to get some dogs walked out.
Oh yeah, no, big opportunity to bounce back, and that's what these Vinemont Eagles will look to do. And regardless of whether the opponent, we're talking about a little bit, obviously Hanceville has struggled for quite a number of years now, but you still got to treat it as 0-0. You can't come in, just playing around and not really caring that much and, we're just going to do great, because that's what gets you beat, and that's how an upset happens and all that. And so you got to come in with the same mentality you came in these past 2 weeks, 0-0, absolutely focused. And I think Coach Robinson and these Vinemont Eagles will absolutely have the correct mentality as the season continues, and specifically next week versus the Hanceville Bulldogs.
So I want to give a quick round out of our Odin's Auto Glass Big Glass scoreboard before we come off and send it to Funkadelic Friday on a beautiful Friday night, mind you. It is Fairview over Hayden, 19-12. That game on our Fairview Aggies radio network. Still going, getting into the last minutes there. Getting into our final minutes as well. Brewer trailing big 47-7 to our Good Hope Raiders. That one on the Good Hope Raiders Sports Network, brought to you by Cleaning and More of Cullman. I've got a big one for you, Jack, but I'm holding out.
Oh, yeah.
West Point put some points on the board, though, 7-42 against Claiborne County. So it's getting a little bit later out there. So that bus ride probably pulling back in over at Warrior Stadium at about 1 a.m.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a tough game for them tonight.
All right, we got one more to look over before we reveal the big one. I mean, I'm sure they know out there in Cullman, but Tanner beating right now 35-6 over Hanceville. That one in quarter number 4. I'm going to have to send a text out here soon to Coach Trent Walker.
Yeah.
A congratulatory text, because the Cullman Bearcats have upset the Hartsville Tigers 14-9 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Cullman Bearcats and Coach Trent Walker for getting the job done over their fiercest rival and one of the best teams in the state of Alabama. They have beat the Hartsville Tigers.
Been a couple years since you can say that.
It's been a long time. We are happy to hear that. Coach Walker, congratulations, and congratulations to the Bearcats as they'll be partying tonight in Oliver Woodard. Big win for the Cullman Bearcat program. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dylan Diemert. You've been listening to Cullman County's Game of the Week, a 9-0 Cold Springs victory in front of the home crowd. We're glad you listened to us here on Cullman's Live 95.5. We hope you continue to listen to us next week with our Game of the Week, Fairview at Scottsboro. For Jack Haynes, I'm Dylan Diemert. Also for Nick McCarley. He'll be back next week, of course. We thank you again for listening to the Cullman County Sports Network, brought to you here by Cullman's Live 95.5. And let's get funky, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Funkadelic Friday.